The Scorcher Crab is coming, and I've sort of been avoiding talking about this because I haven't had any time to think about it whatsoever. But I figured I'm boosted, so I threw together some basic Scorcher varieties, whether it's Suicide, because I mean, Grens are going to kill your Scorchers, or if it's the standard Scorcher+Zooka, where you have a couple Scorchers and lots of Zookas, or the reverse, which is what I like to use a lot, with lots of Scorchers and a couple Zookas, or the standard Crab, where you have, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I've got 2 sets of Skanks. Maybe we should load this and modify it to have, like, 4 Scorchers. I don't know what I think the standard with Skanks is 3 Scorchers and 5. Maybe, just maybe, this will be more useful, this Crab. Don't know. It's going to be interesting. Then, of course, I have dudes. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is just do the dumb. I'm going to try to solo War Factory today. I'm going to try to do it using that ridiculous double shock business. I think it's going to work out terribly, terribly, terribly poorly, but we'll give it a shot. And I'm going to try to do it under smoke, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to use the shocks and smokes and drop, and I think it's probably going to be a complete failure, but we've got 5 tries to get it down. So without further ado, let's get into that. This video is not going to be terribly educational. It's going to be just me catching up on life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shock. Oops, yeah, I got a flare going. There we go. Come on, flare. My smoke is not lasting. Yep, this is not working, which is sort of to be expected, I suppose. Let's get Brick. Brick is not going to make it either, because she's way, way back over there somewhere, I assume. But maybe she'll make it. We'll see. I kind of don't think she's going to make it, as she just zooms up beside us. Did not make it. Rip Brick. We still have some rifles left through some sort of internet magic. I think we're going to lose them all in a second here. But we're boosted, and this is time for silliness, so we'll give it a shot. Now, I'm going to flare the core here in a second. We're going to throw critters over here, and a shock over here, and a shock over here. And maybe, just maybe, probably not, though, take out the core. That did not work out at all, essentially, but we're still trying. It's still... We still have a bunch of troops that are shocked in the middle of those mortars right there, so maybe some of them will do something. I mean, we've got almost half the core down with a terrible drop. I don't even know if that's possible under smoke. We'll try one more time, though. I think that maybe, just maybe, we should try it again, just for lols and giggles. And did not get all of our rifles unloaded because of smoke issues, or because of endless reserves issues, I should say. Shock. Not bad. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and another shock. I mean, we're not doing too badly, to be honest. We're going to throw another smoke in there, another smoke in there, another smoke in there, and a brick, and a walk. And this is like 4% work better than the last one, which doesn't put us terribly high, but we got lots of warriors. I mean, warriors. Lots of rifles left, actually. We're going to walk right into there. On the last one, we did not use nearly enough smoke, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and hope for the best. Probably not. Actually, you know what? Let's go back into here. A little bit too close to the right corner there. Battle orders with some... what are those things? No shocks at all. We're just going to do battle orders with no shocks and hope for the best. And this actually worked out way better than the last one because all of my dudes are not shocked. Down it goes in 2 ugly, ugly, terrible all-rifle attacks. So now that we're off to a start with some terribleness, we will try to bring it up a notch. And I'm just going to go through some Scorcher attacks and clear my map, because I really don't know how that's going to work as far as Scorchers and Crab. So please, if you have a troop combination with Scorchers, besides the old-fashioned YOLO troop combo, of course, please let me know. I'm going to start out with the worst possible one. People always think this is going to work, and maybe it will work for this Crab, but I kind of doubt it. It's going to be just drop your Scorchers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then drop your Grens in behind, and kind of hope for the best. Now, obviously, these sorts of Grenadiers are going to kill your Scorchers. That's what it comes down to. Right now, we're going to lose some damage, but because we have boosted health and boosted other stuff. That's one of the primary problems with Mega Crab, is that you can't really test. Like, someone could watch this right now and be like, whoa, Zedmont used Scorchers with Grenadiers and they worked great. He lost to 0 Grenadiers and he beat the base. But there's just, I mean, this base has 2 boosted dice, so it's definitely, and it only has like a couple prototypes and they don't really do anything. And I mean, I'm kind of surprised at how well this is going, to be honest. But please do not use Scorchers and Grens on PvP, because bad things will happen. Look at this, like, we're just damaging our own Scorchers, which I don't recommend doing, but it had to be tried. Now I'll try Scorchers with rifles later on, because actually, you know what, maybe we'll do that. Maybe that's how we'll work our way into Scorchers with, and by the way, if you haven't tried it yet, maxed out Scorchers below about 900 VP can take out 90% of bases. You can just drop them and forget it. So let's go back to our dudes here. We'll load, actually no, let's load our dudes, then we'll load some Scorchers and drop. We'll do it kind of like Scorchers+Zookas, but we'll do it with rifles. Now the reason why you use Zookas is because they have more range, so I'm assuming this is going to be awful, like just straight up awful. But we got a base that is sort of set up to be beaten easily, so that should help us. 1, 2, 3 rifles and shock and battle lurkers, just battle lurkers everywhere. And we're trying to create a new meta at this point, but it's not going to be a terribly great idea. So you see how they kind of overlap? You've got rifles sitting on top of Scorchers. Now they're actually ahead of Scorchers because they move faster, or just as fast, and things are shocked. So not exactly a great troop combo, but hey, maybe that's what floats your boat. So I don't think it's going to work for Scorcher Crab. I can't see any kind of boost that they would give Scorchers that would allow them to be working side by side with rifles, so maybe don't do that. What else do we have on the list of troop combos? We've got Scorcher. Now, Scorcher+Zookas, this is how people tend to do it. They tend to do it with a couple boats of Scorchers. This is not how I like to do it. Let's try this out. And the reason why I don't like to do it this way is because what happens is you end up with all of your Zookas in behind, and they end up walking on mines, because there's only a couple Scorchers to clear mines, so you don't do terribly well when it comes to mine clearing. And then you have your Zookas that hit a mine, and then you have no Zookas left. And this will not be a great example of that, because I actually have like 3 boosted troop health statues here or something ridiculous on this account. But you'll see what's happening. We're just losing Zookas to mines everywhere. You see how that Scorcher went right by that mine? Zookas come up behind, and it just does not work very well. So I don't like this layout all that much at all, because you see how wide the Zookas are? You have to keep worrying about your Zookas that are spread out super wide, and you end up losing a whole bunch of Zookas in the process. And I mean, yes, I did not use nearly enough GBE. I have 148 left over, but we'll switch over and I'll show you the way that I like to do NPCs back when I used to attack NPCs, that is. Let's get into the fun, good, happy Scorchers+Zookas. This is the way I like to do it. This is far easier. Let's drop you and get rid of that. What else do we have? Let me know what you think in the comments about how they could possibly do this Scorcher Crab. Because, I mean, is it just going to be the health boost? Are they going to do something like damage boost and health boost and speed boost maybe? I'm very curious to see what they do with this crab, because it's coming up soon. And you see this? You see how the Scorchers are clearing the mines a little bit better? Like just a tiny bit better, and you only have to worry about a couple Zookas. Not all of them, just a couple of them, and they kind of sneak in behind, and it makes it a little bit easier. In my general experience anyways. Like, you can just kind of like, you don't have to worry, they're not way over here as well. The Scorchers spread out nice and wide, and now we are in a good spot where the Zookas will just kind of follow along behind. I think I'm probably going to hit that mine. Nope. And it's done. So that is why I like to use more Scorchers and fewer Zookas. And obviously it costs more GBE, but that's not a big deal. If you're going to use Scorchers, you probably have enough GBE to start with. So, but yeah, I kind of got home from camping yesterday, washed off all the grime and sunscreen and salt water, I guess salt, and bug spray, and went on and checked, and it seems like not a lot has changed in the last little bit. It looks like speed serum is coming up in a couple days. Happy to be home for that. That'll be awesome. Looking forward to that. Let's drop one more of these. Now, these kind of map clears are the kind of map clears that don't take a lot of skill. Don't take any skill, to be honest, but I think those are the kind of map clears that people need to have in their back pocket. You can't just use all Zookas all the time, because sometimes you're only paying like attention a little bit, or I end up doing a bunch of my map clears from my desk when I'm not actually paying any attention. And these kind of map clears are perfect. Like Scorchers, RCZM, I just lost a Scorcher. Now obviously you need to have a lot of critters out front, and you need to have endless reserves or instant troops or whatever they call it nowadays. Definitely helps. But you see how far these Scorchers spread out? And that really helps, because now rocket launchers target different Scorchers as opposed to different different Zookas. Because what happens when you only have 2 boats of Scorchers or 3 boats of Scorchers, they end up shooting over your Scorchers and hitting your Zookas, whereas we've lost 0, oh, we just lost 6. We've lost essentially near 0 Zookas just by watching. Like, all we have to do is make sure that we clear mines, and if you have endless reserves, you don't really care about troops, you just care about clearing your map quickly, and this is a great way to clear your map quickly, especially on NPCs. NPCs go down so crazy easy to this, and you lose 0 troops, and it's magical. All you have to do, because there's just so few mines on NPCs. Most NPCs, I should say. Let's get into the some other troop combos. What have we got? We use that. We use that. We use that. Let's get into the skanks. Now, I am not one for skanks. I don't. That just come. Yeah. I am not one for this troop composition. It's just not my thing. It's so slow and boring. But I kind of think that, like, all along, these Mega Crabs have been sort of dominated by Tank Grenadier Medic. And if they're going to do a Scorcher, any sort of Scorcher theme, I think skanks are going to be front and center. And Energy Drink is going to be the ability until proven otherwise. Crab is basically Energy Drink Showcase 101. Like, that's all. Every Crab so far has been Energy Drink with being the go-to ability. Maybe this time it's old chickens, Shock Knuckles. There was actually an op hit by Finlandia, I think, showing off Shock Knuckles recently, where they used it on what's that, on Complex. But so far it's been all TGM on Crab. I'd really like it if there was if the skanks came back. I don't like skanks myself, but I can see how it'd be nice to actually have Scorchers be featured. Maybe that's a thing, but again, hopefully that's the thing. I don't think that 4 is the answer. I think that fewer Scorchers, maybe even 2, is the answer. But I think it was 3 before. Maybe now that we have Bullet, we'll go down to 2. But you know what? Let's try 3. Then we'll try 2, and we'll see which one feels better. Now, obviously, the feel of Boom Beach is sort of something that, like, we're not attacking difficult bases here. Like this base right here, we can just shock right here. Sky shields are a mile annoyance at this point. You can just, like, I mean, I wish that you could not shock through a sky shield. That would make the, oopsie, I just missed my shock. There we go. But I mean, we can shock everything underneath there essentially. So what do we care if the sky shield is blocking a few things or not? Let's do one more shock. Shock Blaster is all I'm after here, really, and the shock launcher. But we'll get Bullet in there. Maybe I should be using Taunt here. Don't really know, but this base is going to go down regardless. Look how many tanks we have left. There's no way this is not going down. So let me know what you think. Like, do you use Scorchers? Do you have Scorchers? This is one of those crabs where it's going to be an issue for low-level players, because no one has high-level Scorchers at level 48 or 46 or whatever it is, because you've only just gotten them, and low-level Scorchers are completely useless. Please don't even touch your Scorchers until level 5 or 6 because they straight up suck. So if you're thinking, hey, Scorcher Crab's coming up, I'm going to totally use Scorchers for the first time, and your Scorchers are level 1 or 2 or 3, just please don't do it. We're going to add one more of the old-fashioned, what are those things called? Tanks. Now, I know like tanks have some of the worst PR departments on the planet, and many people are anti-tanks, and I was one of them, but since using them with Grenadiers, TGM, or TGB, I guess, Tank Grenadiers Bullet, is one of the ways that I clear my map fairly easily at 18 or 1600 VP, I should say. It's a great troop combo, especially right now with this tribes. Now, obviously these tribes are not actually going to be our crab tribes. We're still waiting to figure out what those are going to be. But it's going to be interesting to see. Like with these tribes, tanks are so strong. I don't think I've actually boosted them on this account, but on my main account, it's just, they're unstoppable. Like adding the extra health to tanks is something that is scary. Like tanks with extra health and a couple extra troop health statues are just unstoppable. Like I would probably be doing better on this attack if I didn't have any Scorchers out front, but I think it feels to me like 2 is more manageable for me, especially with Bullet off to the side. I mean, look how wide they spread. We got a Scorcher on the left, Scorcher in the middle, and Bullet on the right. So I don't know. I'm very curious to see how Crab is going to go with Scorchers. I think that 2 or 3 is max. I don't think there's any need for more than that. Maybe all Scorchers though. Actually, you know what? That's one of the troop combos that I didn't even think about. All Scorchers is pretty darn strong. And actually, let's give that a shot, shall we? Let's go. Probably the easiest way to get that up is to go like this, and then like that. Maybe, you know what? Let's give the old Shock Knuckles a try, just because. Level 1 Shock Knuckles. Maybe this is where your tokens should be going. Shock Knuckles with Bullet. Let's go like so and like this, and then we'll just drop all of these across the front. And Shock Knuckles. Come on, Bullet. Show us your Shock Knuckle trick. Like, why does it take so long? There we go. Shock Knuckles shocking many defenses at once. But right now, with these tribes, we've got cheap shocks, so it doesn't really make any sense. And Bullet's just kind of wandering around looking for a target at this point. Somehow he missed that boom cannon. Don't really understand that. All Scorchers, though, maxed level Scorchers, if you use 8 of them, are very strong. I can't believe I didn't even think of that to start with, to be completely honest, but all Scorchers, very strong. Please give that a shot if you have decent levels. And even if you don't have decent level Scorchers, I have level 1 Scorchers and no troop health on my TMOS account, and I can clear bases. I have to be boosted, obviously, but one of those things. Let me know in the comments what troops you're hoping to use for Crab, what boosts you're hoping to have for Crab, what statue you're hoping to have for Crab. Is it going to be like a big, huge Scorcher? Speaking of Scorcher, by the way, totally to go off, I was going to say off script, but I don't actually have a script, so on a tangent, we'll say. Apparently, Caesar, for those of you who know Seals and or have seen his contests on my channel, dude who puts a lot of time and effort into Boom Beach, apparently he had a crazy accident where he fell off a cliff and broke some ribs, and I don't know the details, I just saw it in passing, but hopefully you're alright, Caesar, and fast recovery and all of those sorts of things. But I think he broke some ribs and a foot, I think I read, but hopefully he's doing well, and my condolences, Caesar. I hope you get well soon. I don't know that we can do anything for you because you're like the dude who eats nothing but filet mignon and sits in his hot tub drinking $1,000 tequila or something crazy like that. I'm pretty sure he's fairly well off, so I don't think that I can send him anything that would make him feel better that he can't provide for himself, unfortunately. But let us know, Caesar, if you watch this, what how you're doing and how you're feeling, and what your recovery looks like, and all that sort of fun stuff. Because I hope I hope what I read was hopefully I was wrong. I think it is. I think he is hurt, and fell off a cliff, and I hope we get well soon, and I hope it was less awful than it sounds like it was, because that does not sound very fun. Yuck. Moving right along to Scorchers clearing road. By the way, why that reminded me is because Caesar's profile picture is a purple Scorcher, because he had purple color on Discord, and I made his Scorcher match his color with by the power of RGBs and CKMYs, I guess. I don't really know that. I'm more RGB myself. Down goes TT. I think we've lost like 0 troops except for when we plan to lose troops, so Scorcher Crab will be I really hope it's not like Warrior Crab. That's my #1 concern when it comes to crabs, is Warrior Crab looked like it was going to be awesome, and it wasn't. And then, but on the flip side, Cryo Crab was pretty awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed Cryo Crab. So I really hope that means that they figured things out. And this is my problem with Shock Knuckles. We push the button, and then he goes and wanders off to the side, and it takes a bunch of time because buildings are going down, and he never actually gets his shot in on time. So, yuck. Shock Knuckles, not for me. Not an uninteresting ability though, for sure. So down goes that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the monthly crabs have been getting better and better and better, and the designers have been learning from their mistakes. Not to say they had mistakes, but they had some mistakes, and just making things better. Better is good. Oh, what happened there? Speaking of mistakes, that's kind of funny. There are still some bugs in the game. There are some duplexity bugs that are a little bit annoying. There are a couple. There was a very, I don't want to say heated, but very, I think I'd say it was heated discussion on Discord today about the sniper tower boosts and about battle orders, and it sounds like the Drew is going to get a bunch of answers out soon. Now, one of the things to be aware of is that Drew does not have all the answers, and we're in the middle of summertime when a bunch of designers and a bunch of the team are off, so it's a little bit of a frustrating time where people are trying to get answers and Drew's trying to get them answers, but it just doesn't add up, and he's got to go ask people, and it's a weird situation for sure, and I feel like he's doing a good job, and I really like the fact that people ask these sorts of questions, because there is this weird, I know that the questions that are being asked and the things that I complain about are primarily things that affect, like 1,000 people, for example, and there's like 300,000 people playing Boom Beach daily or something like that. But I think if you're on Samsung, you can actually see the numbers as far as how many people are actually playing per day. I don't know how accurate that is, but the number of people who actually care about Battle Orders level 6, and if it's 7% or 21%, or I don't think is terribly high, but I really do appreciate the fact that people are asking those questions, because if something doesn't make sense, it kind of undermines the game a little bit, and so I like to understand the math and the theory and the logic and all that sort of stuff. So thank you for all those people who ask the questions. And then for the people who don't care and just want to play the game, I love that there's a huge range of people that play this game, and no two people play it the same. I mean, most people in a task force generally play it fairly similarly, but otherwise, besides that, like there's so many different ways to play this game. And obviously, there's the task force-centric people, which don't care about anything except for task forces, and then there's the PvP people, and then there's the crab people, and then there's the casuals, and this game is definitely slowing down as far as the number of hours I'm seeing people put into it, but at the same time, there's still that core group of people who make it enjoyable. So thank you to all those people out there for making it enjoyable, because that's the if it's not enjoyable, why are we here, I guess is the. I'm totally rambling. This is exactly why I wanted to make this video, so I could ramble a bit. And as far as my vacation that I just came back from, it was perfect. Like we are a family that camps in a tent. Like because like I just can't bring myself to spend like $20,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is to buy a trailer or a tent trailer, and I don't have a place to park it. And so there are certain camping trips where we come home and I'm like, I am never tenting ever again, because it's like pouring rain, or there's mosquitoes in the tent, or the kids have tracked sand all through it, or like one kid can't sleep so it keeps everyone else up. And but this camping trip, past one, was amazing. We had ice cream like every day, we went to the beach every day, we went swimming every day. It was sunny all day, every day. There was no campfire ban, so we had like s'mores and campfire, and I came home stinking like campfire, which is, it sounds like a bad thing, but it's part of like that shower after camping where it's just like, it smells like nothing but campfire is, I don't know, I kind of like those kind of things. It kind of defines camping. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't know. I really enjoy camping because my kids just get so much out of it. Like whether it's just finding huckleberries in the woods, or seeing we saw there were like 4 woodpeckers in the tree above us, or like the kids weren't on their on any devices or anything, and it's just enjoyable. So if you guys have any camping related memories or ideas, please let me know. Now I'm a little like, my kids are a bit young, so we don't get to do those like late night kick the can type games where everyone stays up till dark and plays, but we're getting close to that. So in the next couple years that will definitely be a thing, but for right now they're just a little bit too young. So a lot of my memories are around the ages of like 12 or so, where you are like wandering the campground looking for girls at the at dusk or whatever, and trying to like make friends and swimming, and but kick the can is definitely up there with me, but we're just not quite there yet. So a couple years will be good. What else happened? I love swimming in rivers, and we found an awesome river which was had a platform, like a bunch of rocks that you could jump off, which was pretty sweet because I enjoy doing backflips. I would way rather do a backflip into water than jump into water, and so there's like a 8-foot high platform or 6-foot high platform that went in a nice deep river, which was nice. So backflips were had. My kids always think I'm the coolest person in the world when I'm on a backflip, which is kind of nice as well. Makes me keeps my super dad status. Ramble on. Let's go. I think we're almost done. I need to get let's get a new troop combo. We've used this one. Let's go back to the suicide one. Maybe if we added some of this, let's use the shock knuckles with the suicide troop combo, assuming we have some bases left. Do we have any? These, like, I don't attack NPCs ever anymore, so it's kind of nice to actually attack them. I actually have been trying to attack them just for the crystals. I am so powder poor. I know that there are people out there who buy accounts and that sort of stuff, but I am not one of those, and I just can't bring myself to do it. I think it's just, and so I am just always poor on powder. Like my operation hit today, I had to actually use diamonds to finish shards, and it was not something I would recommend doing. That's about the only use I have for diamonds right now. I use diamonds to get powder, which is a sad state of affairs. Friends and Scorchers looking attractive, I gotta say. What else do we have? Do we have any more bases? Let's check the old radar. I can never find my radar, to be honest. We are done. The map is clear. Let's load up on some raw crystals, and we are done. Oh, I've even got the gold one up there. So that's gonna be pretty pricey when Crab comes along. Actually, I guess we'll get a reset for Crab just before. Very curious to see what the tribes are going to be for Crab. Obviously, Crab coming in about 6 days. Tribes resetting in about 4. So, I don't know. But hopefully you enjoyed this long, rambling discussion about the Mega Crab. If you did, please let me know. If you didn't, see, look at this. 0 powder. Now, it's a little bit annoying. If you go to boost a statue, in the exact same spot where the boost button is a shovel, and you end up almost scrapping a statue, which is a complete pain. But this is like, I've been doing 24 diamonds at a time just to get into some good powder access. Basically what I do is before bed at night, I go like this, I diamond 3 of them, and then I throw a masterpiece, so that way I've got 7 powder for the next day. That is basically my... And then yesterday I had a 5 boost hit, and today I had 2 powder left, so I ended up having a 9 powder hit. So a little bit silly, a little bit ridiculous, but I'm still not a fan of buying powder. If we could buy powder, it would be way too pay to win, so I'm kind of thankful that has not come to be yet. So anyways, that's it. That's all. Random Scorcher dumbness. Have not released a video this long, a nice long, map clear in forever, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it got you thinking about how you're going to use Scorchers on the Mega Crab, and I shall talk to you soon enough. Peace.